Night Shift, Part 2. Not that it matters. So
if you are trying to watch for
just lay down right here.
for strategy, probably hit mute. So you're not too annoyed.
If you're going to watch this video for strategy, you're going to have a bad time.
It is a Tuesday night, so this is kind of taking the place of our podcast. So we should tell people, hey, if you missed the podcast, check out the Battlefield 3 voiceovers.
I should tease this video on Twitter account. Say, in this video, we talk about Jelly Beano Vision.
Yeah. No more strategy? Can we get drunk?
So this part right here, you're literally just lying here sniping for a long time. Long.
So let's go to user questions.
All right.
Or contributor questions.
Yeah, so I asked on Twitter, ideas for topics or rant ideas. Michael Kirschney said, rant about the need for an air vehicle training tutorial area so you don't go into multiplayer or co-op and crash. Have I talked about this? I feel like I talked about this on the podcast.
I think you talked about crashing instantly.
Was it on here? Oh, okay, so it's the second. Yeah, so the second, I'm not going to go into it a bunch then, but there really needs to be a training area. Because the second co-op mission, it's a helicopter mission. And it's the first time, if you're going from single player to co-op to multiplayer, it's the first time that you will fly a helicopter. Mm-hmm. And they're not intuitive at all. I crashed.
Up is down and left is right.
Yeah, basically, that's what it feels like. And left stick is yaw, and one of them is roll, and it makes no goddamn sense. You really just need, and you feel bad because you're crashing instantly, and you're playing with some random person.
Yeah,
and you're just flying right into the walls of this canyon right away. You feel like an idiot. So the next time. So the first time I played, that's what happened to me. I crashed into the walls right away. Second time I went into it, I was the co-pilot. I was the gunner in it. Mm-hmm. They flew right into the canyon wall right away, too. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, I don't feel so bad about it. 4 or 5 times later, after going back and doing the exact same thing, I'm like, I'm tired of loading this whole thing over and over and over again. And I even went into multiplayer today. And I picked a server with 0 players on a map that I knew had planes and helicopters. And they said minimum players needed to start 5. It's like, fuck. I just want to dick around in a plane and do barrel rolls. Just let me play. It's bullshit. And they wouldn't. So, yeah, there needs to be some sort of training.
Now, with these super hard controls, mm-hmm. Are they advanced enough where it allows you to be really good?
I have played multiplayer with people who are incredibly good at flying them.
So it's
So here's the way I would compare it. You are moving from GoldenEye to Halo.
Oh. And you're looking around.
Yes, you're looking at the ceiling the whole time. You're spinning around. You're oh, how do I look down? Oh, and then you're looking down at your feet instantly, and you just don't have any touch at all.
Yeah.
This is why we need video, because I'm doing some awesome Anyway,
it's sad though that there's a younger generation that never had to make that transition.
Yeah. Yes. Well, for anybody that's watching this, they know exactly what I'm. Well, if you've gone through that transition or you've seen someone go through that transition, you're like, oh, so here's a first-person shooter on a console. And they're just spinning around and they get frustrated as shit. That's what it feels like. It's terrible. It's really, really frustrating. And I've started to get a hang of the helicopter piloting, but not good at all. To the point where I'm just avoiding them entirely when I'm playing the game. Because I'm just going to die. I'm not. It sucks, and I'm getting good at other things. The tank controls are, they're not super easy, but they're easier,
reasonable.
Yeah, they're manageable. Whereas the helicopter, you can't crash a tank
you just run into a wall.
Yeah, you just oops, and they're a lot slower moving.
Right.
So it's a lot easier. Yeah. So anyway, there really needs to be a.
But they're the most fun part of the game at the same time.
Right? Planes and helicopters and stuff. Oh, vehicles are incredible. They're so much fun. Like I was saying a video or two ago, like, oh, so this part's actually kind of tricky. You have to sprint over here. And then this is really freaking annoying. So you get to this move spot, and it says, shoot this vehicle as it goes by. And they lock your feet in place as you're aiming to shoot.
So you're trying to run forward.
Years and years of playing console shooters, I have learned to use moving left and right as a way to adjust aiming left and right. Yeah. And you can't do it on that one section through the entire game. It's the only time that happens. And I've screwed that section up so many times because of that, you know?
Yeah.
It's crazy. So as soon as you get the checkpoint, just sprint right over here. Your teammate is invincible, and just kind of hide and cover, and you just have to kill everybody. So just like slowly kind of inch your way around the corner and shoot anybody that you see.
Can you shoot through walls in this game?
You can. The density of the wall plays a major impact of it. So, like a thick brick wall, or like through the thick part of a car, absolutely not. But through like a window or something, it will. Or like a door of a car, it will. More so than a lot of other games, I would say. The thickness and the
that's kind of
the material of the wall.
Yeah.
But it's really fun in multiplayer using a rocket launcher to create an alternate route into a building. And there's some buildings that just don't blow up, and I'm still kind of learning like where the soft spots are.
Yeah.
And there's no real way to tell what a soft spot is versus what's not, which is kind of frustrating.
No stud finders.
Right. Exactly. Beep, 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 beep.
Find where not to punch the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when I'm drunk, it doesn't matter.
Well, it does. You just got lucky.
I've been very lucky at breaking drywall in my day with my bare knuckles. So, this part is a little
tampons
tricky.
to heal people.
No, this is not Army of Two.
Don't they do that in real life?
Yeah. So I've read online, which is why that was in Army of Two originally, and then they removed it. So I was in this area. I was really hoping, like, you're in basically an electronics shop right now. You're in a mall, and I was really hoping that in this area there would be some Easter eggs or something.
Yeah.
The only one is a box that says Frostbite 2 on it.
Just the engine?
Which is the name of the engine that DICE used to develop this game. And their new engine that looks incredible, obviously. But I was hoping for some, like, to see Battlefield 3 for sale in the store, or
something else that EA is
like
release in the future,
or making fun of Modern Warfare in the game the way that they've made fun of Modern Warfare in all their commercials.
Yeah.
So, something. Like, that's a perfect opportunity to do it.
Beyond the Call.
Yeah. Or what was the game? Do you remember there was like the mock game that the developers of Bulletstorm put out?
Oh, yeah. Duty Calls or something?
Yeah, it was something like that. And, it was like, oh, headshot, level up, break up, extreme. It's just crazy shit like that.
That was an awesome one-level game.
Yeah, it really was.
Slow-mo sections.
Slow-mo. Yeah, I remember that. I remember live streaming that, and then also live streaming Octodad that night.
Yeah, I was sitting there for that.
That was a ridiculous game. Oh, God. I funded their Kickstarter campaign for Octodad 2.
Cool.
I spent like $20 or $25 on it, whatever I needed to spend to get a t-shirt and a free copy of the game. Because, t-shirt like that, I'll wear to work.
Yeah.
That's work attire, right?
Octodad's a great work shirt.
Absolutely. No way I'd wear that in public. Actually, maybe I would, but anyway.
Randy Marsh is kind of an Octodad.
Stan! Yeah, he is a great Octodad.
He just doesn't fit in.
Yeah, he just does not fit in at all. He's like constantly in disguise. I thought of it that way. Next question.
No zombies in this mode. No zombie mode.
No zombie mode.
Is there any kind of horde mode?
Nope.
Or firefight mode? Or zombie mode?
No infinite enemy.
That's lacking. That's big time slacking.
mode.
Do you think zombies are popular in Call of Duty? Oh yeah.
That's true.
So insanely popular.
That's true.
There's like a whole extra pack that's all about zombie missions that has like celebrity voices and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never
like
liked those
Call of
ones.
Zombies or something.
I've never liked
I never
those.
played it, but I feel like I hear about it a lot.
I would much rather play real multiplayer than those at any opportunity. So what I like to do here, because this part is actually kind of tough, because it's a long time between checkpoints, is just kind of chill by this escalator here, and when the heat gets too hot, run back into the game store and just get behind the counter, and you can kind of wait for the dudes to show up, and you can just shoot them with a machine gun.
Game store saving the day.
Yep, GameStop. I'm surprised.
It's not GameStop.
Yeah, I'm surprised GameStop didn't sponsor that. That seems like a perfect opportunity for that too. Mm-hmm. Why do you think they didn't? Do you think they didn't want to take you out of the moment,
Yes.
or do you think there's no GameStops in Iraq?
Or GameStop didn't cough up enough dough.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That kind of business negotiation is weird to me, because it's either all or, like, if they said we'll give you, I don't know how much. I don't even know where they would begin, like the number negotiation for something like that.
Yeah, like
But they sold 5 million copies of this in a day. So let's say they wanted to charge $1 for every copy sold. So they wanted to charge
that's way too high.
really.
$1 per copy for
Think about the
small
targeted
part.
Oh
small
yeah,
placement.
Okay, so let's say $1 for every 1,000 copies.
Okay.
$1 CPM.
$5,000. Well, yeah, maybe so. 50,
yeah.
Say they wanted $50,000.
Okay, so they wanted 50 grand. How does that business negotiation work? Like your dice, you say, hey, we got this opportunity for you.
Mm-hmm.
We have this kiosk in the mall. It can either be Sunglass Hut or it can be GameStop. What do you want it to be? And then, like, you know, obviously the Sunglass Hut thing is bullshit. Mm-hmm. And the GameStop one is very targeted and would be great advertising. But, like, GameStop's like, okay, they're negotiating, so they're going to say, okay, we'll give you $5,000 instead of $50,000.
We'll give you $5,000 at a pre-order, you throw out a pre-order bonus, and we'll do it.
Right, but then like, when do you get to the point that you just say "fuck you" as DICE? Like that doesn't make sense to me. Like it makes sense to make a deal.
It's like any
to
amount
make
of money.
Yeah, like anything. But you obviously have to have some respect for yourself.
Yeah,
and you have
the
to
top
like
of the line game.
Right, and this game sold 5 million copies in the first
Maybe that's
week.
why they didn't do it. 'Cause it's the top of the line game. They're not going to do in-game advertising.
It would take you out of the moment. Mm-hmm. But
he'd be like, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, and I guarantee that would come up on quite a few reviews.
Mm-hmm. Like the Alan Wake product placement.
Yeah, like Duracell and
Verizon.
Sprint or whatever it was.
Mm.
Duracell made sense though, because of batteries.
The whole game is about batteries.
Yeah, ammo was batteries.
The game was surprisingly good.
That was an example of single player going on way too long and being too repetitive.
The story was good enough though. I was never sick of that game.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The only thing I hated though was there was too many collectibles, and I was making the guide for those collectibles.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But it felt more like a movie or a TV show than most games. For some
In a
reason.
good way? Well, because they had acts.
Yeah.
Like major separations between chapters and
Yeah, and you always
like
have
act
that
breaks
stupid
and
guy talking to you. And,
Wombat.
Yeah. Fat Wombat. Regular Wombat.
Yeah, it's implied. That's redundant. Mm-hmm. Repeating yourself there, Fat Wombat.
Everyone knows that he's a fat dude. I was gonna say piece of shit, but that might hurt his feelings.
I thought you were gonna say Jew.
Oh.
Because he is clearly very Jewy.
And he admits to it.
Oh, dude.
He embraces it.
Oh, yeah, he embraces it, and I'm sure he knows it. That voice, man. New York accents, East Coast accents in general are...
Yeah, let's talk crap about people.
Okay.
Anyone from the East Coast.
Yeah, we've got generic voices. The most understandable voice...
Not quite.
Palates. Not quite.
We're not Nebraska.
Well, we are adjacent to Nebraska. We share a border with Nebraska. I don't think it gets much more close than that, other than being in Omaha. Mm-hmm. And who would want to be a Cornhusker fan? I mean, fuck them.
Yeah, Cornhuskers. Ugh.
Yeah,
God.
seriously. What a terrible name for a football team. The Cornhuskers? Why don't you just call them the cocksuckers?
I've
run backwards naked through a cornfield? Yeah, that's what they do all the time.
I've husked corn. It's a chore.
Yeah.
That's like the vacuumers. Or like
the maids.
Yeah.
The short order chefs.
French maids.
The French maids. No, that's France's soccer team. National soccer team, actually.
The janitors.
The Jan Itors. Alright, so, yeah.